Alright, so greetings everyone and welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to be delving into how to use the tools in Revit. Okay? But before then, let me let you guys know something. In this particular video, I actually made mention of our Telegram community a few times. The Telegram community is a free community where we share resources for free and also answer questions of students for free. So if you're going through this particular video and you actually encountered a challenge while trying to practice what was taught, then you can hit us on our Telegram community and then we'll guide you through for free and also help you to resolve it. All right. So let me let you guys enjoy the class. Learn well. Okay.
All right. Welcome to this video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to use the different tools in Revit. So before we get started, we're going to actually do a little recap on what we did in the last video. In the last video, we actually talked about how the introduction to the different tools in Revit. So in the last video was just a surface touch on the tools in Revit. So now we are going to be learning how to use them. So if you paid no attention in the last video, I will advise you pay your most attention in this, because this is actually the foundation of this training. All right, so please pay very close attention to what we are going to be guiding you through. Right, so first of all, we are going to be doing this by segment and discussing tools in Revit. We have to do it painstakingly and carefully, all right, because this is the foundation. So we're going to get started immediately. Now, first of all, remember I said we are doing this by segment for the sake of understanding, all right. So first of all, we're going to be dealing with the build segment. What is all about this build segment? In the build segment is actually a segment that contains every tool that you will use to build your project. All right, so in this segment we have the wall, we have the door, we have the window, we have the component, we have the column, we have the roof, we have the ceiling, we have the floor, we have the cutting system, we have the cutting grid, and we have your mullion. All right, so first of all, we are going to be discussing the wall. We are going to start from this place. So concerning the wall, is either you click the wall directly, or that you left click, or you just use your shortcut WA, then straight to your wall direct, nothing attached to it. All right, so straight to your wall direct, pressing your WA on your keyboard to take you straight to the wall. Now I want to bring a clarification. Now everything in Revit was given to you for your use, all right, all the tools in Revit. And Revit, remember I told you guys that Revit is garbage in and garbage out. Whatever you put inside Revit is what will come out. All right, so if you are doing anything, ensure that you do it, you get, according to brief. What I mean by brief is according to what the client explained to you. All right, because it's garbage in, garbage out. Remember that. So please learn this one carefully. All right, let's go on. Now, I was talking about our wall. The wall is that you click the wall direct, or you press your shortcut key WA and it take you straight to your wall. But for the sake of this video, for better understanding, we are going to be clicking the wall direct. So let's go. We click the wall, and now this is what it's showing us. What do we do afterwards? Remember, wall is from one point to another. So all you just need to do is just to left click on the point one, then left click another point, finish. That's it. Then it will show you this particular it will show you this and telling you, do you want to continue the line, the wall? If no, press your escape key. But if yes, you have to just continue. All right, continue drawing your line, continue drawing your line, continue drawing your wall, sorry, continue drawing your wall until you are done. And when you are done, all you just need to do is press your escape key, finish, we're done. But this one is somehow irregular, you get, but we are not drawing a plan yet, we are just explaining how to use your wall. I don't know if you get me. Okay, let's draw something regular, let's say rectangle. Good, rectangle, this is it here. Now on to the next. Remember I told you guys, for the rectangle, what I just did is, let me come again. For the rectangle, I click my wall, I click my rectangle, look at this place, click the rectangle, then select a point, move, then click another point. Just 2 points, all right? When you do with your wall, it's just 2 points, all right? So now, there's something about these particular walls here. You can see that sometimes it's very, very small, but if you check the dimension, by clicking one of the wall, you will see that it's something very big. This is 100 feet and plus, right? This 100 feet plus, you get. So it's something very, very big, but it's looking very small here. Why? Because we have a very big interface, and in this interface, just like a lounge, you're placing a 1 bedroom self-contained inside a very big land, let's say an hectare of land. You're putting a 1 bedroom self-contained on an hectare of land. What will happen? The self-contained will be so small on that hectare, right? The same thing here. Let's assume this our interface is an hectare of land. So putting this particular building here is small because we are doing a very we are doing this on an hectare of land. Let me just use that scenario. Okay, let's go on. I don't know if you understand. If you don't understand, please kindly reach out, we'll explain better. All right, so now this is our wall. When you click your wall, it will show it will display your dimension on your working interface. What is it telling you? It's telling you, oh user, do you want to adjust the wall dimension? If yes, then what you do is just go directly to your wall, to this place, click. When you click it, you put your dimension that you want. Let's say we want 5 meter. Good. Click. Then let's say we want 5 meter in this direction too. Click. Okay, you see it, right? This is our rectangular an enclosed wall. Let's say a room, 5 meter by 5 meter room. All right. So now the other thing is, if you click one of this wall, the next thing that you see is the property dialog changed, showing in the property of the wall you just click. So if you check it now, a basic wall, how many feet, how many inches wall, or how many millimeter wall? Is a 150 or 6 inches millimeter wall, and you can see it here, basic wall 150 wall. Okay, let's assume that we don't want this particular wall. I'm starting from this point because we explain downwards, so I will understand better the one that we need for now. All right, so now let's assume that we don't need this particular wall, we don't need this dimension. We are doing a duplex and we want a 9 inches or a 225 wall, or we want a 300 wall. What are we going to do? We are going to edit this wall. All right, so you come to this place, you click your edit wall. All right, you see where I'm going to? Let me cancel it. You come to this place, click your edit wall. When you are done clicking your edit wall, what do you do then? You come and you say, okay, look at this place here. It's saying this is our wall width, right? This is what we've come to edit. So what you do next is to click this point, this place, or first of all, duplicate the wall so that you can have your 150 wall and also have your 225 wall, right? So you just come here, rename, let's say 225 wall, 225 or 225 let's put our unit 225 or your 9 inches wall. All right, so this is it. So you just click your okay, good, we've renamed. Remember, you just renamed, you never done anything. You just rename. So renaming is not your editing. What you next thing to do the right thing is click this place. Then you see this place. This is the main point we are coming to. So you just click here. I like them and put your 225. Good. There's it. So you just click OK. Now, after you're done with that, you click OK here, or you click your apply direct. If it's not clicking, then click your OK. Good, you're done. So you see that everything, only this one change. You understand? So only this one change. This one is still 150. Check your part dialog. Look at it. Your property dialog is still 150, and this one we just changed is 225. You understand? So for us to actually change the 150 wall to 225, what do we do? The 150 wall is the majority here. Look at them. 1, 2, 3. What you just do, don't stress yourself. You can do it in two ways. It's either you hold your control key and left click one wall, hold again, you see it, your cursor is showing plus. Select. All right, let's assume we mistakenly select the 225. How do you remove it from selection? Sorry, let's select again. 1, 2, 3. Remember, hold your control key and left click, right? So let's assume we mistakenly select our 225 wall, of which we are not changing that. We want to change our 150 wall to our 225 wall, right? So we select it. What will now happen? So to deselect it, hold your shift key. Remember, to select multiple wall, hold your control key. But to deselect a particular wall or multiple wall, hold your shift key. So we're going to hold our shift key. You can see on our cursor it's showing minus. That means we want to remove a particular selection. So you just come, you click the wall. Good. We are good now, right? So you see these walls here now we just selected. You can see the properties here, 150. No, we don't want this. We want our 225 wall because we are changing it to 225 wall. You get? Let's assume we are doing a duplex. I'm trying to teach you how you can change the dimension, the width of our wall. You understand? This is the wall that you will use all through, except by specification. We are using a partition wall of 6 inches or your 150 and using an exterior wall of your 225 or your 9 inches. That one is by specification, but standardly what you do is for bungalow you majorly use your 6 inches wall for 6 inches wall, and sometimes your 6 inches wall for partitioning, and your 9 inches wall for exterior. It depends on specification. And for duplex, majorly you use your 225 wall, that's your 9 inches wall. All right, so let's go. Now we've already selected it. What do we do next? You come here. There's no need. You already created the 225 wall. Just come here, expand this place, expand it. Look at it. This place, not this place, not the edit, just this place. Then look at this arrow here. You can see a very small arrow telling you that this place can be expanded, right? Look at it. Good. This place can be expanded. So you expand it. You see that we already created this wall. I don't know if you're getting me. We created this wall here. Click the wall. Good. You see everything converted. You get? So now everything has been converted. We are now having our 225 wall all around. Let's assume that we don't want 225 wall again. We want our 150 wall. Just select everything. Remember, I told you about cross selection and window selection. If you don't get this, go to the previous video and recap. All right. So now let's assume we don't want this again. We want our 150 wall. It's the same format. Just go expand this our dialog and click your 150 wall. Everything convert back. If you don't want 150 wall, come back again. Remember, you already created it. You have to create it first before you can use it. So you just click again. Good. Everything just like that. So something another thing I want to explain to us is, now when I click this our wall, remember we are dealing on wall first. When I click this our wall, you see it, property. It's not only our edit that is here. We have other properties, right? We have our location line. What is this trying to say? What is this trying to say? Look, pay a very close attention. When you want to draw your line, you can see that when we select a particular point, the line is being drawn through the midpoint. It's called your wall center line. That is what you're using to draw the wall. But sometimes you might need to come to this place, your location line, and change it so you can use your core center line. See difference? This one is the same thing as that, but there are differences. You get? Is it the same as that? But let's say they are all the same. You get, they are the same. The core center line and the wall center line, they are the same. The core center line, the wall center line. But let's see something that is distinct. So you say finish face exterior. Okay, good. Let's see. You see it, right? You see now our core line now is now at the exterior. That's what we are using to draw the wall. You get? Look at it. Look at it. Look at our core line. Our core line shifted. So our core line shifted. That's what we are using to draw the wall. Let's see a different one again. We have our finish face interior. Look at it. This other point. So exterior, interior. I don't know if it gets me. It's all talking about where our core line is being placed. We have our core line at the center, we have our core line exterior, we have our core line interior. You understand? Then we have our certain core line. You understand? This is where you just place. You will need it as time goes on. So I'm teaching you how to change it because because different situation call for different strategy. You understand? Different situation, different problem that you encounter call for different tools that you engage. You understand? So I'm teaching you this now so that you understand. As time goes on, we might not be able to use this except we encounter a problem that we will use this. So I'm explaining this to you because almost everything here is explained to you so that in case you encounter a problem and you want to solve it by changing the placement of your core line, you just come to this place, your property, and change how your core line is being placed. All right, that's that for that. So now let's click our wall again. Remember, I'm sitting with wall. So in this particular, if you go on to the next, you will see that we have level 1. This is called your base constraint. We have base offset. We have top constraint. We have unconnected height. I will explain this one because they are very, very important. You understand? So let's start from our level 1. What is this? To best understand this, we'll go to our, let's say a particular, let's say an elevation. Okay, let's go to east view. You can see now this is our level 2. This is our level 1. You get? Look at it. I remember I went to a particular elevation view to get a clearer picture of what I want to change, a clearer picture of my levels. You understand? So remember, this is a wall. This wall is actually in consonance or in concordance with these particular levels here. The reason this one is above this level is because it's unconnected. So I'm going to explain to you which of them is our top constraint and which of them is our base constraint, and what is your base offset and what is your top offset. Now, your base constraint is your constraint at the base part of your building. You understand? Your base constraint is your constraint at the base part of your building, and it's actually in relation with the nearest top constraint. You get? So if I have a level here, let's say, remember, okay, let me explain that. Let me just go like that. If you want to draw a level, you just come to this place, you draw the level, all right? So good. Now I'll still come to that, or we are explaining from this point to this point, you get? But let's just do with that for now. So now, in relation with level 2, level 3 is a base constraint, level 2 is a top constraint. In relation with level 3, level 1 is a base constraint and level 3 is a top constraint. I don't know if you are getting me. You get? So when we say let's leave this one, good, just click OK. So when we select a particular wall, what Revit will display the properties here, and it's telling us that the wall started from level 1. Look at it here, base constraint level 1, and we have okay, it's not, look at our top constraint, it's showing unconnected. So what we will do here now is, first of all think what do we want, what are we going to use, what dimension are we going to use for the height of our building. The height of our building should be around 3 meters for residential, and sometimes it might be more than, so it depends on specification. If the client say I want a very high headroom, what you just do, make it 3.6 or 4 meter high headroom. That's the specification, that's what we call brief. So you follow the briefing of the client. All right, so for this particular video I'm going to be using 3 points, okay, let's say 3 meters. Good. 3 meters, so you can see, good, edited. So now the distance from my level 1 to my level 2 is 3 meters. I don't know if you are getting me. So now if I click any of the walls, just click any of the walls, you can see the properties appeared here. It's telling me that the base constraint is level 1, the top constraint is unconnected. So what we do now is to help the wall get connected. So we connect the wall to level 2. You can see changes, right? You can see it immediately, it changed, and making this particular wall is having a top constraint at level 2 and a base constraint and at level 1. Yeah, so now let's do that for other walls. Just do your normal cross selection. Good, selected. So you come here, connect it to level 2. Good, we are having it now. So what we do next is, I want to explain to you what is base offset and top offset, right? So now, what is base offset? Remember, base is in relation to your level 2. The base is this point. So anyone that comes before a particular level is the base of that level. So if the two level I'm making comparison is level 1 and level 2, then the base is level 1, obviously, and the top constraint is your level 2, right? So now what we do next is, let's explain the base offset and the top offset. What is it all about? So now the top offset is you adding to the top. These are top constraint. We want to add more dimension to the top. We just add a constraint to it. Let's assume, okay, let's go to 3D view. So to go to your 3D view, just come to this point, click the 3D view. Right, we are there already. So now, for better understanding, remember we have to use our 3D view. So in this 3D view, look, just select one of the walls, and you will see it here, top offset and base offset. The top offset is you adding to the wall. Let's do something here. Remember, our unit is in millimeters. You get? So now we are from this point, we are going to be talking about our done. Then when we are done, I will take you guys to units and help you guys adjust the unit, teach you how to adjust your unit and all that. So first of all, let's deal with this. So now click this wall. When you are done clicking the wall, you will see some properties here, right? So now we have our top offset. Remember, top constraint and base constraint have already been explained. So I believe we understand that. So now our top offset now to offset this particular top constraint to be above this, what you do, just come to your top offset and add. Let's say you want to add 500 mm. Good, you see it added. So if you want to do same for all of them, we'll just select. Remember your control and your left click, select multiple. So good, you come to this point again, add your 500. Good, you can see. Let's see from elevation view. You see it, right? So now our wall is now above the top constraint by 500 mm. That's what we call top offset. For base offset, what you do is, for your base offset, now your base offset is you deducting from the wall, from the base. You are deducting from the wall height from the base. So let's click one particular wall. Okay, remember, I want to rotate my drawing. What do? I rotate by pressing my shift and my ruler right on your mouse. So good. So now you just click one of the wall for your base offset. You just come here and let's use 500 again. Good. See it, right? That's that. So base offset is you deducting from the eye. You deducting the height of the wall from the base, right? So you deducted 500 from the base. Now the total height of this wall now is what? Look at it here, 3 meters, right? You added 500 to the top and you remove 500 from the base. That's base offset is addition. Base offset is reduction, while top offset is addition. So let's make it uniform. Let's just click control click, control click, control click. Good. So now we now have base offset. So you just do same for this, right? Good. You see it, right? So now let's just see it from elevation view. This is here. See it, top offset and base offset. That is that for that. Now there's something I want us to still understand. Sometimes you might actually want to use your cursor to zoom your drawing. Just click your control key and your ruler. We zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. So you can also do the same thing with just using your ruler. You get, that's why actually did not explain it before, but sometimes it might actually be needed at a particular point. So what you just do is hold your control key and at the same time hold your zoom key. Then you just do this. Let me recap this again. For rotation, hold your shift key and at the same time hold your ruler. You can rotate your drawing. Right? Look at it. You can rotate your drawing, and you can do the same by clicking this box. Click the box, rotate. You get. So this is it. That's that for that. All right. So that's that for our wall 2. The rest of these will be explained as time goes on. Yeah, let's start from the basic, bit by bit. So as time goes on, while we are dealing more on the plan, we'll explain most of this. All right. So thank you very much. Now we are heading for our door. So let's click our door. So now how to use our door tool. We are just dealing with this. But first of all, let me just make some adjustments. Okay. I'll select everything we have here by doing what? By using my cross selection tool. So I'll just left click and drag escape. I'll just left click and drag towards my left direction, right? So I'm done. I've selected everything. So the next thing to do is just to come to my property dialog. And in this dialog, I will just edit this back to 0 and edit my top offset back to 0 so that will be within our constraint, top constraint and our base constraint for now. All right. So now this is it here. So we are going to be dealing with our door 2 Now that's the next one, right? This is it here, right? So let's save our project. So to save manually, to save with the keyboard, should use your Control S normally, general, right? So good. So we are going to be dealing with this now, right?
So now we are heading for our dot two direct. So the next two on our list is our dot two. What do we do? So let's press our escape key. The next one on our list is our dot two. After your world two, we've discussed our world two, and the next one is our dot two. So let's click our door. When you are done clicking your door, Revit will portray a default property of the door they have there. Understand? So they give you a door in Revit, but most times I don't like using this door. Why? Because it's default. You understand? So I like just customizing my own dimension and putting what I customize by taste in Revit. And also I load in families that were created and download them from sites outside outside Revit families. So it's just what you do extra to make your work exquisite, to make your work very, very nice, to make your work nice, to make your work beyond what people can just imagine. So now, for this particular purpose, we're going to be dealing with this first, then I'll teach you how to load family. So let's deal with this. Now, we are having our 762 by 2134 mm. This is not the dimension I want to use for my door, my room door. Room door is 900 mm by 2100 mm. Please take note. 900 mm by 2100 mm. So to use this one, I will have to edit it. So we just click our edit, and we just check you see function, interior, wall closure by host, door material. This is the material that the door is made up of, and we have the thickness. Don't touch this. You don't need this. You don't need trim projection exterior. You don't need your trim projection interior. You don't need your trim width. You only need your width and your height. So we're going to be editing our width and height. Well, first of all, we are not just going to be doing our editing directly. We are going to duplicate this particular door. Duplicate. And we'll rename it. So we'll make renaming it 900 by 900 mm by 2100 mm. Good. So we are good to go, and then we do our major editing 2100 by 900. So this is the major thing here. Then we are good. Okay. So just put your door. Now I want to explain something to us. In placing your door into your room, the orientation matter. Ensure that the door is not blocking the workability in the room. It's not blocking, it's not occupying the room because of the orientation. Your door should be placed in a well-oriented way, should be positioned in a well-oriented way, in a way that the room will actually look professional. You understand? So to change the orientation of my wall, you just press your space key, tap, 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 tap. So it should change the orientation to different directions. So you just choose the direction you want to go with. But for this particular regular room, remember it's 5 meter by 5 meter room. Just for example, for this our room here, we'll just use let's say this particular orientation because it's cool by me. All right, that's cool. So now I said I will teach you guys how to load the family from Revit. You understand? So they gave us default, and what if we don't like this particular door they gave us? What do? We load it. So now just click your door again, then load family. So it will take you directly to Revit family. If you don't have this family, please contact us immediately so that we'll guide you on how to get it. Alright. So now, this particular family folder, we see our door. Look at this, our door here. So you just click your door, double click. Then they take you to this particular particular folder containing the elements, containing the doors, and another folder containing your commercial doors, your hardware, and your residential doors. For these, we are dealing with room, so it's a residential room, a 5 meter by 5 meter residential room. So let's just click on residential and just load the particular door we want. Good. So we load, and in this place you just pick any dimension you want, because we are going to be doing some editing on it. So you can pick any dimension and later we edit it. Okay. So let's wait while it loads. Good, that loaded. So the first thing to do while your door has loaded, remember Revit is not giving you the actual dimension that you actually want. You're the one to customize your dimension. The first thing to do is to edit. When you edit, you can see the material cherry aluminum. So now we edit our width. We have our 900. Then our height, we have 2100. But sorry, before that, what do we do? Undo. Okay, undo will not work here. So we got this dialog. But if normal Revit interface, you can undo by pressing your Ctrl Z. So now what do? We duplicate our view first. Duplicate. So after duplicating, remember duplicating, actually there's nothing. You can actually rename this, but I like duplicating. So this one we have its own name. You understand? So this one will just be something different from what we loaded. So this is just customized. What do we name it now? We are dealing with 900 mm by 2100 mm. So that's that. Okay. So we come. So it's already same here. Good. 900 mm by 2100. So just click it. Okay. Good. So we can place our door in any way. So you use your space key to change orientation. Good. So we are done. That's that for that. So now I want to explain to us there are different kind of doors that you use. This is a room. Inside the room we have a toilet. Let's assume it's a 1 room ensuite. So let's draw our toilet with a 6 inches wall. 6 inches wall. Okay, that's good. That's 150. So you just draw a toilet. Good. So these are our toilets, but let's change the dimension. Let's see. Okay, just click the wall and dimension will come up. So you just click your 1, 2, 4 feet. Good. Then your 2007 feet or 6.9 feet. So good. So now that's that. For that, the reason I drew this is to explain to you that the door that you use for your room is different from the door that you use in your toilet. Understand? So the door that I use here is different from the door I will use here. So let's click our door and edit type again. So in editing this one, you have to duplicate it and rename it. So this one now, for your toilet, you have your 750 mm by 2100 mm door for your toilet. Good. So that you just did now is just your renaming. You've not done anything. So what you need to do is to do your normal editing and just come here and do your 750, press it, then the height, you leave it because it's the same. So click OK. So now just space, enter. Good. So this is just it. Yes, and this is how to place your door and edit your door in Revit. Remember, this is not a full plan, so this is just for you to know how to use your door tool. When it gets to full plan, you will comprehend it better. And because now assignments will be given after this, so comprehension will be very, very easy with the assignments I'll be giving to you. So anticipate and ensure that you're jotting down. All right. So that's that for our door tool. All right. So we are done with our door tool, how to place our door tool and different type of doors that you use for different rooms, your toilet and your toilet and your room. And just to recap, you use your 750 by 2100 mm for your toilet and your 900 mm by 2100 mm for your room. So that's majorly the door standard that is being used generally. So now we are going to be heading directly to our window, how to insert our window into our project. Let's assume this is our small project, right? So how to insert our window into this particular project. Remember, please, you can't insert your window without wall. It's just the way you do your normal building. You can't put window, you can't suspend a window, so you must draw a wall first before you can put your window or your door. So let's click our window. You left click your window, and now our window has opened. So what do we do from here? We actually so we'll just what Revit give us now is a default window. We are not going to be using this. You understand? Because this is what Revit give us, and it's fixed in is default. So there are actually nice window that you can use by loading your family. You will see it. So let's load family, load. So now remember that this particular family you are seeing here were placed by me in this direction. So anytime I just open my family, it comes here direct. So you can actually have a family on your desktop and just go there as long as it's in the folder, open it and access your family. All right. So now we are dealing with our window. Let me go back. So the window is the last one. Click a window. So I'm going to be going with my window casement double for now, for explanation's sake, and good, open. So just select anyone in this place, select anyone, then you edit type. So let's wait. Okay, good, that's opened. So let's edit our type. So now duplicate view, then we are using our 1000 mm by your 1500 mm window. Why? Because of the aesthetic. The longer the window, the more the height, the more the aesthetic. All right, that's for contemporary sake. So 1000 mm, 1000 mm. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, 1000 mm by 1500 mm. So that's that. Good. This you just renamed it. You've not done anything. So let's click OK. Oh, that's the name there. So let's do the main thing. The width, we have our 1000. Then with the height, we have our 1500. So good. That's that. So we are done. So what you're using to do now is just to place, centralize it for the sake of beauty, centralize it for the sake of ventilation, so that the ventilation coming in will not be going towards the wrong direction. It can just come toward where you want it to come. So now centralize it for beauty's sake and all that, to make your plan more beautiful and all that. So now centralize 887.5 by 887.5. So centralize, you click OK. Good. So now check this one, 1287.1 by 1287.1. So centralize, okay. So good. So this one, the same thing, centralize, good. Then for my toilet, you don't use the room window for the toilet because they don't have the same space area. So the space area actually determine the ventilation that will be needed in that particular area. So this is my room area now. It has more area than the toilet, so I cannot be putting this window, this 1000 by 1500 mm window in this particular toilet area. So I will be using a smaller window, which is 600 mm by 750 mm window. So in doing that, I will not be using my 2bay because it's wrong. You can't be using 2bay for your 600 by 750 mm. It's a small window. Why using 2bay? So what I mean by 2bay is your two glass, like you having two glass, like this one, you're having two glass. Look at it opening in this direction and opening in the other direction. So there's no need for that. You understand? There's no need for that. So what you need to do now is to go back to your window and create another window that's a single bay, a single casement. So we'll just cancel this, we'll load, window, so load family. Then we have a single casement here. So this is it. So this is our single casement. You open, then just select any one, then you edit as we've been doing. So edit type, then you come here, your width, let's duplicate first. So we have our 750 mm by 600 by 750 good. So remember, you just renamed it, not the real thing. You never did the real thing. So the real thing is just to come here and edit it. We have our width 600, then we have our height 750, right? Good. So 750. So good. So you just come here and just centralize it and place it. That's that for that. So in placing your window, in placing your door, that's what you do. So the next thing I want to explain to us is how to place our components. Now, window and door, they are components, but these are very, very important components. So they have to, Revit has to give them a private access point. So this is their private access point. So you can access your door here, you can access your window here. But when it comes to general components, anything concerning your furniture, your fixtures, your plumbing, all of them, this is where you put, this is where you get it from. This access point, this is where you get it from. That's your general components. So the door and the window can't be gotten from this place. If you want to get a door and window, you open this or this to get either of them. But to access other components aside this, you have to use this general components. So let's assume we want to put our sofa table in this place. To just explain what general component is, so you just click OK. To click on general component, load family. So you have to go back because you can't load any of this into that place using general components I've said before. So you go back, let's go to furniture, let's go to settings. Okay, let's load this in. Good, done. So remember, use your space key to change your orientation. So just click OK, then click OK. So now that's that for that. So go to your component again, load table, let's load table. So click table. So select any of them here and just open, then go paste. Good. So now this table we put here now is too big, so we have to edit it. The same way you were editing your door, editing your window, come to the same place. Click your table, the property will display in your part dialog, and then you edit type immediately. So now let's edit. The length is 1.8 to 8.8, so we don't want that. Let's use 1.5. Then we have, let's use 600, apply. It changed immediately. So you just use your control key to just shift them, good. So now that's that for that. So this is just how you place your general component that's not door or window. Good. Okay, so we've discussed about how you use the wall tool, how you use the door, how you use the window, how you insert your general component. So right about now we are going to how you insert your column in your project. All right, so for the sake of this illustration, remember it's just an illustration how to use it. So we're going to be doing something very quick. Okay, so just going to be drawing our balcony, but first of all, let's exit this let's remove this entrance door, and let's put something else there. I just press my delete button to remove it. So we have 150. Let's change the wall to 225. And also, if you click the wall, you see what we're talking about. The center line, the core line, is not on this. It's not at the center, so the wall is not aligning with the former wall. So we have to go to this place and correct it and just put it at our wall center line, so that we can have that in concordance. So this is it. So just draw good. So now this is it. Let's go to our 3D view and we'll see there Okay, so we have to apply one of the things I taught you guys earlier on. To just come, select everything, and connect it to your top constraint so that it will be the same with others. So you go to you rotate with your shift key, holding your roller, you rotate. And next thing you're going to do, you're still going to apply something I taught you guys. We're having a problem here. We want to create a balcony, and we're going to be applying our base offset. So now this place, one, hold the control key, select several walls, 2, 3. Now, so you come to this place, your base offset, make a base offset of around 2400 mm, 2.4 meter. Good. So now we can now say this place can be our entrance by, let's put our door there. Go to your door, insert our door. I think that's 250, that's 750 door. Let's change it to 900. Okay, cool. So let's reduce it to 450. Cool. So now this is here, these are our door. So now we are going to be creating a floor, that's a pavement where this building will be resting on. You get. So for the sake of clarity, for the sake of maybe just a little beauty, not too much, for illustration's sake, let's just put a floor. But before that, I've not explained to you what the roof to and the ceiling to, but I'm adding for my floor because I need to place my column on my floor for now. So let's open our floor, then go to our level 1, then insert your floor. What you need to do is, let's cancel. In doing this, inserting your floor, just click your floor. When you are done clicking your floor, just go to your rectangle. What I'm going to use now is a very sharp work rectangle. Go to your rectangle and just draw a normal floor for now. Good. So this is it. Then go to your 3D view, then you see the floor that we've drawn. So that's the floor that we've drawn. Don't know if you are with me. That's the floor that we have drawn. There is it here. So now we are going to be inserting our column right about now. But first of all, let's see. Okay, cool. Let's insert our column. Remember, we are going to be dropping this down now, so I will see what it entails. We have structural column. We're not dealing with this. We're dealing with architectural column. So we click, then go to this place. We just insert it anywhere for now. Then we will now use 1, 2. I will teach you guys later. Don't worry. All right, just keep calm. So now I just want to teach you guys how to put the column first. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be using this column. It's just how to insert the column, how to use the column. So that's what I'm teaching you. I create my column artificially. I create it from start. This is not the column I use. You understand? So I'm going to teach you how to create a column artificially. So this one is just how to insert a column. So this one is just by the wayside. All right, but just to learn it in case. All right, everything is needed. So now we go to our level 1. When you go to your level 1, okay, let's go to our 3D view. We are going to be using 1, 2, the align 2, of which I will show you guys later, but I'm not there yet. But I have to use it for the sake of this tutorial. So use my align 2, go inside. Good. So now let's reduce the height of this column. Let's see. Okay, we can introduce the height. Let's just put that level 2. It's not level 2. Let's make an offset, a negative offset. So having applying a negative offset of, let's say, 600, so it will give us an exact. Good. That's the other. Please, for the sake of this tutorial, I don't know if you get me, for the sake of this tutorial. So let's see. So the depth and the width 475 meter and the width 610. Let's reduce it to 300 by 300 so we can have something. Yeah, good, small. So now let's just use our align to AL and good align to AL
I'll teach you guys how to use it better later. So this just set our column. We get this just normal casual primitive column that they use in the days before now. So I'm going to teach you how to create a contemporary column, but for now this is how to insert a column. You have to Revit to give you inserting column from Revit. This is how to do it. Alright, so I don't have to be creating this column again. I just have to copy and paste or I mirror. So what I'm going to be using my mirror tool. Don't worry, this is to be explained to you, but just for the sake of this, the use of column, I'm going to be using my mirror tool and just go to my 3D view. Let's see if it can work in that direction. Okay, nope, it won't work in this direction. Let's see if it won't. So let's use what they call it. Let's use top view. So I'll just mirror using top view. Just select our column here, then mirror this to this direction. Good, that's it. So let's rotate so I'll see. You're doing a shift and using a ruler. So that's that for column. That's that for column that Revit offers. So that's how we use that to column 2. So now we are going to be, remember we've talked about our column, we've talked about our floor, but I'm still going to touch it. I'm still going to touch it. So let's talk about our roof. This Revit, right? Before roof there's parapet, but for this we're not going to be putting parapet for now. So we are going to be putting our normal roof eave for now. That's roof fascia, normal common fascia they use for roofs. We're going to be using it for now. Then in the main building tutorial we're going to be using parapets, and in the main we are going to be doing bungalow and duplex. So for the other one, that's 3, we're going to be using same parapet or maybe a different style of parapet. You understand? But for this one now, we're going to be using a eave, so you understand how to insert eave. Sometimes you might not be using parapets, you might want to use eave. You understand? So everything works together. So now let's insert a roof on this building. How do we do it? How do we insert a roof on this particular project? So you go to your level 1. This is my level 1. Remember, my exterior has extended. That's the boundary of the area boundary of my project has extended to this point. Before it was at this point before, but now it is now in this point. What do I do? So now I'm going to click my roof. The same thing, the way you do it, just click your roof. Level 2. Yep, let's use level 2. Yes, that's where the roof will be. So now just use, because this particular roof now is not a roof that has recessions or a roof that has, let's call it normal layman west corners we get. But this roof is just a rectangular, the building is rectangular, the area is rectangular. So what we just do, that means it needs a rectangular roof. You understand? So now let's use to offset our the length of my eave. That's the length of my offset will be, let's say 600. That's length of eave. So you just put it here and create. Good, you see it, right? So just click OK. That's that. Go to the 3D view and see what you did, what you've done. This is your roof, but I don't like how this the fascia is, so it's too thick. So this is where I'll teach you guys how to edit the roof. That's for this particular eave kind of roof. You understand? So let's edit type, duplicate. Let's reduce it to, let's say 250 mm, because that's cool. Then remember, that's not the main editing, you just did renaming. So you just come to this point and to just add 250. Good. So that's it. Okay, good. You see that it reduced. Then now if I click my roof, I will see my property part of my roof in this direction. What can I change in this roof that will make it more nice and good for the eyes of our clients? So what I will do is
We have our base offset from host. This base offset from host, we don't need it. There's nothing to do here because you just leave the roof and you just have an open air in between the roof and the top constraint. So now the only thing I can do here is to increase the angle of inclination. So increase the angle of inclination. I have just changed to, let's say, 40 degree. Let's see the effect. You good. So look, that's it. So let's assume you don't like the height of your roof, and you say, okay, I want to create a roof with a very high head, what they call it, king post. You understand? It's just to increase your angle of inclination. As long as the angle of inclination is increased, then your roof will have a very high king post. Let's use 50. You see how high it goes. Get this one is awkward. Let's just reduce it to avoid. Remember, as you are designing, you are also putting costs into consideration. So now I don't want to create a very small building and you want to be using this kind of very high roof, because sometimes even the roof says more than the building. So you just have to be cost conscious as a professional in this field. Alright, so let's reduce it back to where it was, or let's use our 40. That's cool. Or you can see 35, but let's use 40. Cool. So that's that for how to use the roof tool. Alright, so the next thing to do is how to use our ceiling tool. The ceiling tool is a tool that is very important for aesthetic. It's part of finishing. You get. So now I'm going to teach you how you can use it. The ceiling tool. What is this all about? The ceiling tool acts as host to your light. So it's very important for your aesthetic, because if there's no ceiling tool, you won't be able to add ceiling light to your work. And you know what light does to your work? It brings out its beauty. You get. So that's why I say ceiling tool is very important. And there are ways you edit your ceiling tool. There are ways you insert your ceiling tool. But first of all, let's just click our ceiling tool. Let's see. Click. You see it? They gave us an option: automatic ceiling or sketch ceiling. What are we going to do? Which of them are we going to go with? You can go with either of them. Each of them has their boundaries. You get. Each of them has their own limitations. Now let's see this one. Ceiling tool. This one, you see, this one just give us, it selects direct. It's very easy to use, but when it comes to this, okay, it's giving us the same thing here. That's nice. But in some cases, what if I want to create a ceiling that will cover the all this place? What do? You get. I don't want the ceiling to be like this. I want it to cover. I want it to I want the edges of the ceiling to be in line with the exterior surface of the wall. In this particular balcony, what do? And also this one is okay. I can just click. That's okay. Click okay. So you can just come here, edit your height before clicking. Let me undo. Ctrl Z twice, because I did the ceiling twice. So I can just click ceiling again. And also, let's say I want it to be at 2750 and from level 1. So just click 1, click 2, and this one I want it to be around. I want the edges to be in alignment with the surface of the exterior wall, with the exterior surface of the wall. So I just come here and do another method of ceiling construction, that sketch your ceiling. So I've just sketched my ceiling, come to this place. It's very easy to use. But let me use my line tool and let's see, create sketch. Good. That's it. So just click your OK. You're done. Let's go to our 3D view. Let's see what we've done. So look at our ceiling here. This one, it can't be here, right? It cannot be here. So we'll go and just open an vision by clicking this our front view and just rotate and show us a very clear elevation of what we are doing. So we have to reduce the height so it to be in alignment with this particular level. The slate will be showing in this level, so I'll just reduce it, or I can as well align AL align to. I will explain that to you as I've said before later. So AL align to, that's that. So we are done. So the ceiling has been aligned to that point, so you can see it now. You get that for that. So let's see let's see if we can make some changes in the visibility. Let's see if we can make some changes in the visibility. Go to your visibility and graphics or graphic display, and let's see where is it. Inline. Let's see realistic. Good. Apply. So that's it. Let's see. Good. So this one give us, explain to us better how it is. Understand? So we can see the ceiling properly. So we don't mind this. Later we can apply materials and the work will come out so beautiful. But right now, for the sake of just we learning how to use the tools, you have to just leave it like this for now. So the team will just be entering bit by bit, not just packing everything into your head and end up confusing you instead of convincing you. That's on a lighter note though. Alright, so let's just take it bit by bit. So now okay, that's that for our roof. Let's go on. That's that for our ceiling. Sorry, let's go on to our floor. I already created this floor before, so floor generally is very easy. Let me delete this one and do it again for those that did not get it from first time. So just go to your level 1. There's something about this floor. Let me start from there. Now if you go to our, let's go to an elevation view so we can explain from there. Look at this level. When I select my level 1, this is level 1 here. Floor grows downward, walls grows upward, except you do otherwise by using minus sign. And when you use a minus sign for a floor, the floor will come up. When you use a minus sign, a negative sign for a wall, the wall will go down. If you use a positive sign for a floor, the floor will go down. Understand? I don't know if you're getting me. Let me explain better. Let's assume I want to create my floor, and if I select this level 1, the floor will grow downward, just the way you do casting on DPC. DPC go downward by gravitation, right? The same thing in this aspect. The floor goes downward from level 1, it grows downward. So when I click my level 1, I want to draw a floor. I will just come here and select a rectangle rectangular shape and just use it to draw my floor and click OK. That's that for floor. You are done with floor. This is it. This is your floor. So it's as easy as that for now. Okay, so now we are going to be going into something, and that is our cutting system. How do we do our cutting system? Something very, very important, but it's advanced though. But how to do it, how to use it, this particular cutting system too is very important. So I'm going to show you guys right away. All right. So how do we use our cutting system to? What do we do? Now to use this our cutting system to, we have to go to massing and site, because this cutting system too can only be applied in our massing and site. It's the same thing as our cutting wall. Okay. Let me show you what the cutting wall means. This is our wall here. And this is a cutting wall here, a serial glazing, just like a glass, but it's like a cutting wall, acting as a partitioning element, just the same way wall acts as a partitioning. The same way you can use glass to partition your wall and partition you can use glass to partition your your building into different rooms and all that. You get? So now let's click our wall. Just select the just same thing as wall. That's the class. You get this a partition wall. The same thing as wall. You can do all your editing the way you edit your wall and all that. You get? So let's remove it and let's see. So now to use your cutting system, you have to go to your maintenance site. Click your maintenance site, and of which we will get here later. But to use that particular cutting system, let's come to this place. You can see it. You can see it that it is still here because this is a place that you use it. So now let's do something. Let's design an in-place mass. Select Revit as enabled. Okay, close. Mass 1. Good. Open something else. Let's just create it on top somewhere. Let's just say somewhere like this. This is it. Finish. Then click the mouse, the mouse, and then click the mouse floor, edit in place. Okay, let's do edit in place. Then click. Then create form, solid form. Good. That's a mouse. So now I want to edit this because if you go back to your create, and you click, oh, let's finish this. You go back to your create. The reason, let's double click and let's see. Okay. Let's see this aspect too. Aspect, this part, just draw. Good. So now let's see, create maintenance sites, finish. Good. So let's click our cutting system and let's see. You see it, right? So now our cutting system can only be used for this our mass to select a shape that is not actually rectangular. Is to select a shape that is inclined or an irregular shape. So a shape that is having an irregular surface or a shape that's having an inclined surface, you can use to click. You can click and select. Turn to class. Okay, come to this point, your cutting system. Turn to glass. You see it, right? Up to this point, your cutting system, select this point and we are good. So come to this point to select it, then we are good. To this point, select it, good. So this is how you actually select multiple. Okay, let's just select everything and let's see. Use as our cutting board. So good. Create system. That's it. I've created my system. You see it, right? So this is my cutting system. It's my cutting system. You see how it is. I don't know if you get it. You see some kind of buildings, they will create it and all that. You see buildings with irregular shape, a shape that you can't even explain how you did it. But these are they do it. That they do this kind of building. So this one on that an advanced level is not for this kind of level, but just to explain how to use a cutting system, I have to go to this extent. So I'm sorry, I believe you understand how to create our cutting system now. So let's discard this. Don't confuse yourself. How to use your cutting system, what I taught you. Leave this one aside. We'll come back. If you want to go advanced, we'll come back to this. All right. So for now, let's just delete. Good. So now we are going to be heading for our cutting grid. But before that, I'm going to teach you guys how to create your cutting wall, of which I've showed you guys roughly before, but let me just do it properly. So now let's go to our wall back and go. If you go down, there are different kind of wall that Revit will show you. You see the different kind of wall. They have wall with what do you call it, cavity joint, or so the cavity. Okay, that by the wayside. Wall with expansion joint, wall with cavity joints. I've forgotten, I think cavity joint also. Yeah, so now we have our curtain wall. This is a glass wall. We have our exterior glazing. This is a glass wall, and this one too is actually a glass wall, but this one is used majorly for front, like storefront. If you are designing a plaza, you want to put a glass at the front, like as entrance or as lightning, what do you call it, lightning source. You can use your storefront glass, and you can use your exterior glazing for normal exterior design, and your curtain wall or partitioning inside your building. But for this one now, since we are in exterior, okay, let's use this one, your curtain wall. So let's just draw from, let's go to our level 1. Where do we put it? Let's put it on a random place to explain it so that you understand. So good, that's it. So let's go to our 3D view. So this is our curtain wall. This is what I mean by a curtain wall. Now, to use our curtain grid, we need our curtain wall. Curtain grid means you trying to create a grid on a curtain wall by dimension. So now, let's see, to use our curtain grid, come to this point and let's see, curtain grid. Now just click either the edge or the side, horizontal, the edge for vertical. So you click this point, let's say 1 4, then let's see if you can just copy and paste and rest. So now let's see, okay, it's not going like that, it's not going with the array 2. So let's see if you can copy and paste. Good, copy. Don't have to copy to you. So now let me just do it so that we understand how to use the curtain grid. Right, so come back to this modifying tools and we'll explain how these things work. Okay, but for now just stay in touch with our direction, because now we're talking about curtain grid. All right, so now this is it here. Copy this. You see it, right? This. If you want to copy, you can use your CO for copy, or you just go to this, your modifying tool, and click whatever you want to use. Everything will come out. Whether you're in architecture, click whatever you want to use, and the modifying tool will just pop up. This is general tool. It has as a proxy to all other title bar, your architecture, structure, all of them. This is the tool that regulate them. So if you click on any material or anything, it will just display your modifying tool. That means you want to modify the material, you just click. If that is what you want to do, then okay, we create an avenue for you to do that. So I've clicked this tool, I want to copy, so you just come to this point and just copy. That's copy there. You get. So now we've done this part. Now this is your curtain grid. So we've done our vertical curtain grid. It's time to do our horizontal curtain grid. So you just click your curtain grid again and just come and click the edge of the vertical. To do your vertical, click the edge of the horizontal. To do your horizontal, click the edge of the vertical. Hope we are taking note. Hope we are still writing. So now this is it here. Let's use 1 4 again. Good, that's 1 4. So just click here, normal, your copy, and just copy. Okay, copy. You understand? So that's it. So we've done our curtain grid. Now this is not the final work. We just create a pathway for our mullion. Your mullion is called your aluminium. Just normal aluminium you use in partitioning your glasses, your window glasses. So we just create a pathway that we will use to place our aluminium or our mullion. Understand? So you can see it here. It's just clear there. Mullion. There is it. Now I'm not going to be These are mullions. So just click your mullion and it will bring you to this place. You can see a modifying tool here too. So now it's saying that for your placement, how do you want to place it? Do you want to place all grids? Remember, we've already created cutting grids. Cutting grids here. So it's asking, you want to use all grids to create your mullion, or you want to create your mullion separately, one after the other. So me, I know that I want to create all create my mullion, so I'll just select this option, click and create. So that's great. It so you can see it. This is an aluminium, all through aluminium. You get. So that they create those your skyscrapers and all that. So this one is still a wall. Glass is a kind of wall already. So now if you check, sometimes you might want to reduce the thickness of this your mullion. How do? You just click your mullion, the same way you edit all the elements, the same way you edit your mullion here. So now go to your edit type and come to this point, 150 thickness. Oh, that's big, so we have to reduce it to 50, let's say. Okay, before that, let's leave it at 150 and let's do the normal procedure. The first thing to do is you duplicate your work, come to your 50, use 50 by 50 mm by 50 mm. So you get, that's good. So now come to this point and then do your normal editing. So now you see it, right? So one thing is, I selected only this element and I duplicated the file so it won't affect every other. So what I need to do now is select one of these. When I'm done selecting it, I will right click. When I'm done right clicking, I will come to this page and select all at instance visible in view. So anyone that is 50 by 150, look at it here, 50 by 150. Anyone that is 50 by 150, I will have to select everything and convert it back to the duplicate I created of it. So I'm now select at this visible in view. So you see, select every single thing. Look at it. Everything that is visible in view, as long as it's 50 by 150. But this one, just let it because I already duplicated this one, so I'll now convert it back to my duplicate, which is 50 by 50. See, right? Everything is now the same, everything is uniform. This is it. This is how to use your cutting grid and your mullion. All right, so now we are heading for our railing circulation. Okay, right now we're going to be talking about how we can use the circulation to this one in this direction. So now talking about circulation is talking about how you can access different parts of the building. You understand? How can you circulate around the building? How can you walk around the building? To enhance circulation, what medium, what other buildings, what other elements can we introduce into our buildings? That's where they come about. Railings, sketch pads, or place on the staircase. We have your ramp majorly for those using wheelchair, for the disabled, and sometimes for cars and all that. We have your staircase normally. So right now I'm talking about them individually. All right, so let's cancel this. So now talking about our rails, let's delete this so I can see our work clearly. We've talked about this before. So talking about our rail, it's very easy. We already have a balcony here, right? So let's put our rail on this balcony. So let's go to our level 1. It's very easy. Go to your rail, click your rail. Is that you sketch part or you place your rail, right? So now we're going to be sketching part. So click. Okay, that's from here to here. But once you've drawn one of the lines, you have to click OK, because it won't create if you draw another line that they're not connected to. So you click OK, is good. But when you let's undo and see what it will say if you draw another line and they are not connected to each other. You show an error. And this is the error. You show an error. Look at it in this direction. You show an error here, and that's it. So if the lines are not connected, this is the error. So it's saying the railing lines must be a single connected sketch. If you want separate piece of railing, create two or more separate railings. You understand? So let's continue. Delete this one, and select, click only one, and click OK for only one. Then come back and create another railing. That's the instruction. Create separate railing. So you click OK again. So now let's create another one towards direction. As easy as that. So easy. Just click OK. Good. We're good to go. So just come to this direction with the 3D view. You see it, right? That's your railings. Why for your staircase? This staircase, we are going to be using. Let's see. Let's go to our east view and let's create another level so I can explain the staircase better. So to create a level, you just come to this place. You're not gotten here at all. So I'll just use my datum segment to create our level. Look at it inside. Your level is under your datum, so that's it there. So click your datum, your level, and let's see. Create one level and let's name it as let's name that our ground floor level, our GFL ground floor level, ground floor level, right? Ground floor level, right? So that's it. So click here, yes, good. Our GFL, our ground floor level, let's edit it. So let's make it 450, 3 risers, that's 150 by 150 in height. So let's go ahead and use our ramp. So first of all, before we use our ramp, we'll have to go to our level 1 and let's draw a ramp. We'll draw a ramp and then draw a staircase. So see the difference. So let's go to this point and let's see. These are our ramp, and it's saying that what level, what constraint are we using. So if you check this point in properties, we see that they are showing us the constraint level 1 to level 2. But me, I don't want to use level 1 to level 2. I want to use my ground floor to level 1. Remember, go to your east view, ground floor. Look at the ground floor level here. This is the last one. Then the second to the last is the level 1. So it will span from my ground floor to my level 1. That's for the ramp. So let's draw our ramp. Go to your level 1 and draw your ramp. Good. So that's my ramp. So just edit, click OK, and let's align the ramp to this direction. So just go to your 3D view, you see your ramp. So this is the ramp. See it, right? From a level. To make it very distinct, let's draw a floor at our ground floor level. So let's draw a floor at our ground floor level. This is a floor at our ground floor level. Click OK. It's underneath the first floor, so click it to see it, right? So this is our ramp. This is our ramp. You understand? This is our ramp. This is what ramp means. To carry heavy duty machines into a particular company or an academic center or a laboratory, or for people using wheelchair, you can use the ramp for them. So now for staircase, let's go to the same level, our ground floor level, so we can just see it distinctly. And let's see staircase. Don't worry, as time goes on, when we are dealing on duplex, we'll talk about our staircase more, the dog leg type, the sprayer type, and all that. And as time goes on, we'll still meet the sprayer type. So now let's see, just draw your staircase. Okay, just two, no problem, because of the height. So now that's it. So just come and click. Look at your staircase, look at your ramp. So this staircase and this is your ramp. That's the difference. So when you are done, just click OK. That's the difference between staircase and ramp. So that's that. So that's how to use your staircase 2 and your ramp 2 and your railing 2. So let's add for that's that for circulation tools. Next tools we're going to be talking about is our modeling tool. So okay, so our modeling tool, talking about our modeling tool. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our model segment. That's this one here. We'll talk about our circulation tools. We're going to be talking about our modeling tools. These our model tools is actually the tools you use for let's say we have our model test. You've seen some buildings whereby they write some 3D test on those buildings, and let's say an hotel. This is the tool they use in writing them. That's for the architectural design for 3D realistic rendering. This is the tool they use in writing them. Your model tool, your 3D test. So you do this by using this particular tool here. So let's see. Let's give it right. So let's write the test. Let's say Jigsaw Global. So here say okay. When we are done, just look for a place and paste our test. You see it, right? Our 3D test. These are our 3D tests. Let's say we don't want it here again. I want it to be on this wall. Let's say on this place. I'll say okay, this is our administrative office, and I want to put our name, our logo on it for recognition. Just come, okay, type our Jigsaw Global, right? So okay, so come to this point. Let's see, it's showing this level, but okay, let's escape. Let's set a plane. I'll teach you guys. We'll get to this point. I didn't want to go that direction before because I don't want to complicate things, but please follow closely. Now set plane. If I set this plane here, I can write the test. So you set this plane and just use this plane as our plane for the test placement. So now let's type our Jigsaw Global again and see if that will go. So sure, it will work. You see it, right? Placed it there. So the test now is too big. What do we do to reduce it? Too big. So just come the same way you've been doing it, edit time. First of all, these are the properties of the test. So you can come here, edit type of test. Then test size is too big. I want to reduce it. So to reduce our test size, what do? Just change 300, apply, check. Is it okay? Yeah, I think this one is okay. You can click here, okay, right? So now you can go to this point and reduce the depth. That's the depth, the thickness. So you can take it to the half of feet, 75. Apply. So that's that for that. Then you can just come to an elevation view, and so that you can arrange it properly and centralize it using eye view. Good. That's our test there. This is our test. So we can actually change the color of the test. Just click your test and come to this point, change the material category to the color you like. So I'm not going to go to this direction first, not to complicate things. So that's how to model your test on your work. So now we are heading for model line. This our model line here is very important for detailing. It's same model line that is here, that is same model line that is under this point. Look at it. Detail is called, in this particular perspective, in our detail is called detail line. This is here. So now for you to use your model line architecture, use your model line, just click your line and start drawing. You get drawing is majorly used for detailing. You detailing your work, drawing some lines and trying to arrange your work. When need dashed line, you use dashed line. When need continuous line, use continuous line, and all that is just generally for you detailing your work. And as time goes on, you see the importance. So just drop down this menu. You see different kind of lines that you can use here. Your hidden line. This hidden line here is your dashed line. This is it. Is your dash line. Why for? And the difference is one of them, your model line, there are lines that you can actually use in your 3D view. You get, but for this one, for the detail line here, you can't use it for 3D view. It will not show at all. You get, so model line is there are lines that you can actually use in your 3D view. That's for your 3D view interface. You can just use the line to detail a particular element. You get, so to detail a particular element, use that line there. I don't know if you got me. So now that's that. So you can use other lines, hidden lines, other lines like this. Then you can use this line, what you call it, medium line, medium thickness. You can use white, that's a very thick line. You get, so that's just it to detail a particular element in your 3D view. So where it calls for usage, you will see it. And with something here, the height of this window, they are not actually appealing to the eyes. This one, they are just things that will correct later, but I've taught you how to place windows. So follow up and see how we can edit all these things and correct them and bring out a very beautiful work. This is not our main work. We're going to be working on a 4-bedroom bungalow, but this one is just to explain every tools that we're going to be using. All right, so now this is just a 1-bedroom self-contained. So now the next thing here is model group. Place model group, create group, or anything. What this actually mean is you trying to create a group element. So a group 1 model. Okay, so now just select. Okay, let's cancel, finish, let's cancel. Yes, so I can select this one and say okay, then use our group 2 to group them. Use our group to filter, save, edit. Where is the group? Model. Okay, model group. Place model group or create a group. To create a group, I come model. Okay, group 1. Good. So I'll just come to this point, select everything, click, finish. Group 1 is now empty and will be deleted. Okay, no problem. So let's try again. Let's see. Create what do you call it? Model group. Create group, model, create. So now come here, add. So you can just add and just add group, add. After adding, add them. So click everything that you want to add and just click your finish. That's it. So you've created a group. So you can see that you can select everything at once. That's it there. Get. So that's that for group. But we won't do this because we'll not set everything. So we won't do it and just cancel. So that's that for your group. You get. So now the next one we're talking about the next segment, talking about our room and our area. So we're going to be talking about our room and our area. Please pay very close attention and ensure that you're writing so that you can recap at any point in time. All right, and the video is already here. It's also here for you to recap. All right, so that's cool. Now the next one is our room and our area. So all right, we are done with our, let's go to our architecture so I can see it properly. We are done with our model. That's from build we enter into our, from build we entered into our circulation. From circulation we entered into our model, and now we are done with our model. The next one on our list sequentially is our room and area. And in this our room and area, we have our room, we have our room separator, we have tag room, we have area, we have tag area. All right, so right now we're going to be starting with our room. Now what this simply means is you tagging your room. They just make it very easy for you. Instead of you naming your room and typing what type of room is this, what is it used for, they just help you create it. And what you're going to do is just to insert it. Right, so now we are going to be doing this by clicking our room. Click your room and then you just click, then drag, not really drag, just to be going in alignment to your mouse. So just move your mouse and just left click and place. All right, so we've placed that here. Then we'll go to the next. First of all, before we go to the next, we have to edit something here because this one ought not to be 3, it ought to be 1. So we just click, that's our room 1, right? Good. So we'll come back to our room and we click, then this one should be our 2. So something is actually okay, it is here, that's our area. But in the case whereby your system is not showing your area, just click, then go to your edit type, and then what do you got, tick the box. If I untick this box and apply, it will move the area. But if I tick the box and apply, it will bring back the area. So that's how you edit it and bring your area into your space. All right, and if you also tick the volume, it will also appear, and that's that for that. So now, okay, good. So we are going to be, now this is a toilet room, so we are going to be naming it as a toilet room, and this is a bedroom, so we are going to be naming it as a bedroom. So we just click, then write your bedroom. Okay, then to this, at this point, just click, then write your WC slash shower. Okay, it's too large. WC slash shower. Right, good. So that's that. And now the next thing to do is we are having for this our room. Okay, so now we want to place our room here because this place will still be named. You get this is a space. So I'll click my room and click here. You see it telling us something. Oh, let's see what it's saying. It's saying not enclosed. What does that mean? That means the room was not created in a boundary of wall. So the enclosure, what makes a particular space enclosed is when it is covered with a wall or covered with a room separator. Now in this place we don't need a wall here because these are our balcony, so we can just delete our room, then use another tool to create our room tag. All right, so now we are going to be using our room separator. This room separator will help us create the boundary that will enhance the making of our room. All right, so we just use our room separator, click, then you just draw. Okay, draw, and then let's see, then we draw from here, draw to this point and to this point. Okay, good. Let's just click and see. Okay, good. Now you see before it was showing not enclosed, and now it's showing our area. You click, then now it's showing 4 here. We have to edit it and put our 3. So we edit our tests to be what, call it your entry porch, right? So that's your entry porch, right? So that's our entry porch. You get it? So okay, that's that for that. We are going to be, let's head for that. Don't worry about the test. We'll work on the test later. They are too big, not they are not aesthetically appealing to the eyes, so we are too big. We'll work on that later when we are doing the normal project. It's just to show us how to use these tools. All right, so now the next one I'm going to be checking is how to tag room. What this just means is you tagging your room with numbers, of which you clicking this room already give you that. All right, so these are tags. 2, 1, 3, these are tags. So talking about this our area simply help us define the area of the boundary walls across the whole building. You get across the whole building. So if I click this point and I say my area plan, you can see level 1. Good, that's my area plan. You understand? This is my area plan. This is my area plan. And if I want to actually, if I don't want to just do it automatically, I can actually do it by drawing. So I can just click and just say okay, just select and just click create my area boundary. So I don't know if you understand that. Remember, be writing down because you're going to need it. All right, so the next one here is to tag our area. So the area that was created here is the area that was created here. You can as well tag the area so that they will have their own name or a way to identify them. You get? So I can actually tag area that are not tagged. Let's see, area tag, apply. Okay, good. So now we've tagged the area already. So now the next thing to do is I'm going to be showing us, let's delete this, go to your area. All right, delete our level 1. Good. So I'm going to be showing us how to delete a particular area. Now you watch me, I did something here. I actually created an area, and the total area I created here just now was 4 because I actually created one and one was showing and not enclosed. I had to delete it. What I just did here, the area did not delete. You get? So if I'm placing another area, it will keep saying 4, and if I delete 4, it's just go to 5 direct, because it not actually delete. So how do you delete your area? You just come to this place to delete your area permanently. You come to this place and just say schedule quantity, new schedule quantity, and when you come to this place, you look for your room. Go, look for your room. Yeah, there's it here. Open. Good. So now I will select my area. That's my area there. Then I will just transfer. Good. Then come to my name, transfer. Good. Come to my number. Yeah, transfer. Good. So just click OK, and automatically to create our schedule for room. So just shift your project browser, shift your property, and here is it. This is our schedule for room. Remember what I told you? It's showing here double 3. It's showing that you have two rooms that are tagged with 3. So what do you do here now? You just delete the one that you don't need. Just delete. Come to this point and just click your delete. You can see you have different segments here. You have your parameters, you have your column, you have your row, you have your title and header, you have your appearance, you have your element, not place, unenclosed, and error. You understand? So now what we are doing here, we are dealing with the row. We are deleting this whole full row. And also, if you want to delete your column, you can also come here, but for this particular scenario and this case, we are deleting our row. So go under the row and just click delete. Good. Then press your OK, click OK. Good. Deleted already. So that's that for that. Now we've permanently deleted our on the room that was not placed properly, so that we can have a sequential placement of row without any stress or without any editing. All right, so now we don't need this for now, so we delete our room schedule. Good. Delete. Where is delete? Yeah, so deleted already. So we just move our project browser back. Good, and arrange them. Good. So now we are going to be talking about our room legend. But before that, I'm going to teach us how to color fill our room. How do you color fill this room? It's so beautiful. One thing about architecture is all about aesthetic. Architecture is all about the body part of the building. While structural is all about the skeletal part of the building. The same way the human body is being structured, the body of a human, the flesh of a human portray the beauty of the human. You understand? But you see the skeletal aspect of a human, it tends to portray the stature, portray the shape, portray the durability and stability of that particular human. You get? So that's the same for this. We are dealing with aesthetic in this particular in architecture, and so we are going to be using our color fill. How do you use your color fill? First of all, you just go directly under go to your room and area. You see a drop down symbol there, drop it down. This is our color scheme. You just click your color scheme, click. Good. So now okay, let's assume it's like this, because sometimes you meet it in a very weird way. Good. Area, number, occupancy, let's see. Okay, nothing is here now, that's good. So let's say room, let's say it was like this dot. So now let's assume we met our color scheme dialog like this. It's portraying all this now. So how do we bring it to where we want it? So now click here, then go to your room, click. That's our room. So now I'm not seeing anything yet here, because I've not selected what we actually use to name what you actually use, the category we use in our room tagging. So the category that we use here is our naming. Is that we use our number or name, but most appropriately let's use our name. Okay, so everything has come out. We have our bedroom, we have our entry porch, we have our WC and shower. Let's click apply and click our OK. Now it's not showing. Why? Because we did not actually edit it in our graphics, visibility and graphics. So what you do now is to go to your visibility and graphics and edit it. Now this is it here. Look for your room. Where is it? Your room. Where is our room? Okay, now this is room. So just expand it, your plus, then go to your interior fill and click and tick the box and apply. You see it, right? This is our fill. So it already filled it. So we're going to go into our color scheme again. Let's see if we can change colors. So we come here and solid fill. Okay, let's use solid fill. Use good. So preview, these are just what it is here. So we have in our bedroom, visible, visible, visible. Let's change color. Okay, let's see, let's change color. Okay, let's change color. Okay, apply. Okay, so now let's go to our visibility. Okay, good. So if we go back to our color scheme, we'll see something is odd here. We can see that the color that we put here is not what is showing here. Why? We'll see the reason later. Now I'm going to be showing you in the next few steps, but right now just hold on and just follow up and also be very, very attentive. Okay, let's click out okay. Now all good. So the next thing we're going to be doing to make this thing appear here, you will go to your annotate. That's to make what we have, the color that we have here for your bedroom, the color that we have for your WC and shower, and the color that we have for your entry porch, so that they will be in alignment with the color that is in our color scheme. So now you could just go to your annotate, and when you get to your annotate, you go to your color fill legend. So just click it, place. Now a dialog box will pop up for you to actually tell Revit the legend that you want to bring out. So now the space type, we're going to be clicking our rooms, while for our color scheme department we are going to keep using our names. So just click our OK, you see it, everything changed. Room legend, we have our bedroom this color, we have our entry porch this color, we have our WC and shower this color. But this thing is too harsh and I don't like it. That's the bright, what do you call it, the brightness of the color fill in each part. So I'm going to be reducing it. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, let's go, and where is it, to our color scheme, and okay, so our color scheme, let's see our solid fill in use by range of value. Let's reduce it to this one a bit. Okay, good, apply. That's it. So let's do the same for this. Reduce the intensity of the color a bit. That's it. So let's do for this to reduce the intensity of the color a bit. Okay, apply. That's it. All right, so good. So this is what we have for our room and area. You're going to be using this with firework later, so I expect much from you. All right, so that's that for our room and area. The next one I'm going to be going to is our opening. All right, so stay close and also keep writing. You're going to be needing them. Assignment to be given at the end of this video, so please keep writing. You're going to need them. Thank you very much. Let's go on to the next. That's our opening. The next one is the opening. So what do we use this opening for? The opening is actually used to create opening up on every surface or on every surface of our elements in Revit. So majorly we have the different type of opening method or opening that is used in Revit. We have opening by face, we have opening by shaft, we have opening for walls, we have opening through vertical, we have the dormer, and that's that. So now we are going to be dealing with opening by face. For this particular opening, right, is done through walls and roof, through floors and roof and ceiling. So you can use this particular opening for floor and ceiling, All right, so let's do something here. We are going to be creating a floor to explain this better. Let's create a floor, or let's use our current floor. Now this is our floor here. Let's use this point. This is our floor here. So we are going to be using this by face opening to, let's assume you want to create an opening for either swimming pool or anything else, you understand? So I want to create an opening for a swimming pool or maybe something else. So let's just go do your opening by face, click the element you want to open. That's it. Then go to your plan view, that's the top view. When you click, it will show. And let's assume you want to put a swimming pool at this point. Just draw, and that will be an opening there. Good. So that's that for our opening. That's for opening by face. So what this actually means is, when you want to use this tool, you create a plane, a working plane, and the working plane is this our face, or is this our upper face of this our floor, you understand? So when I wanted to do it, let me come again by face. You click your by face, then select the surface. Look at it, the surface. Just click the surface, and when you do that, come to the edge and select it, not at the body of your floor but at the edge, so you can select it properly. When you click, you select, that's that, and just draw the shape that you want your opening to go with. Good. These are opening again. I'm not forget that. So now the next one there is our opening by shaft. What does this mean? This is an opening that is done through many elements. So if I want to create an opening through many floors, I can use my opening by shaft. So let's do that. Let's go to our level 1 and create multiple floors. Sorry, that's one. Multiple floors. Go to your floor and create multiple floor 1. Let's click OK, and let's go to our 3D view, go to our front view, and this is it here, right? So just click it, then just copy, CO for copy. Just create multiple. Okay, let's copy again. For that, we don't have to be clicking copy every time. Just come to this point and say copy multiple. That's that. So just go up, click, go up, click, go up, click. So now the purpose of this our copying is for us to explain what opening by shaft really means. So let's rotate our drawing by pressing our shift and our roller on our mouse. So now this is it here. Without using this my opening by shaft, it will cut through all the object. Remember, our opening by face just cut through only one, that's this floor, but this opening by shaft will cut through all the objects. So let's see how it is being done. So now I'm going to be clicking my opening by shaft now. Open. So the work plane of this view cannot be used for this operation. Okay, they are saying there's an error because we did not select a work plane. What we do now, come to this point and select, pick a plane. Okay, so good. So opening by shaft, the operation should perform in another view, or the work plane of this view should be okay. Don't worry, let's go to our level 1 and just draw. All right, so go to your shaft now, and they gave us, we are good on this view. So they are saying that we can't draw our shaft on our 3D view, that we should go to our plan view, a 2D view, so we can just do it properly. So just click OK and just OK. All right, go to your 3D view and see the effect. Look at it here. You get, so you see what it is to what it is when we're talking about opening by shaft. Now the next one here is our opening by wall. Opening by wall, opening a wall. You creating an opening on a wall. How do you do that? Let's use this particular wall here. We already have a wall, so we just click our wall. Good. Let's select a wall. Good. And just let's rotate so that we can get a better view. All right, so we are working on this wall because this is the wall selected that we want to create an opening on. So now I'm going to just be drawing let's see, where is it? No, this is not what I want. Let's see. Good. So this is it. You can see we just draw our rectangle and the wall already opened. Look at it. No need for too much stress, just open. All right, so let's undo. So good, that's that for our wall opening. Why for our vertical opening? The vertical opening is majorly used to open your roof, majorly used to to create an opening on your roof. Let's assume an opening that will actually be done on an inclined shape. Remember, they are both the same thing. Opening by face and your opening by vertical, they are the same thing, but the difference is that one of them is actually perpendicular and the other one is actually inclined. So you get, so for inclination, the only inclined object I have here to create my opening is on my roof. So I'll just go to my vertical and select my roof and just create my opening. It will work in this point because it is inclined. Good. Oh, nope, not open. Okay, look at it here. Look at it here. It opened. Yeah, let's select a particular face so I can see it properly. All right, let's undo. Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Okay, so Ctrl Z. Let's just Ctrl Z. Okay, yeah, good. So let's go to our vertical again and just select, pick a plane. Okay, so we are picking this plane and we are done. So vertical, let's draw. Okay, vertical, select, and let's draw. Okay, good. Let's see. You see it right? It's created an opening already on our roof. Created an opening on our roof. Let's go again. Let's put another opening for vertical. So you just select the roof, create an opening. So you just create another opening. Go to your plan view. Let's see. Okay, so create an opening. That's that. You see it right? So we went to our plan view and we create another opening. Let's do another one, vertical. Click the element you want to create an opening on, that's our roof, and just create it from our plan view. Good, that's it. Remember, the vertical opening is done on an inclined element, and while the opening by face is done perpendicularly to the surface of your element. The opening by shaft is done through multiple elements perpendicularly, while your opening by wall is done on your wall. Your opening by vertical is done on an inclined element. So I don't really want to complicate things for us. Our DOMA is something very, very sensitive and something that we have to pay very, very close attention to for we to get it. All right, so maybe as time goes on, you've done other videos, you've understood some other aspects, you can come back to your DOMA and properly understand it. But I'm going to try my best to see how we can get it, all right, at this point. So now it's something very easy, not too hard. So now the first thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be creating a wall first of all, and the wall will protrude upward through our roof. So let's go to our level one. Then we're going to be creating our wall in this direction. Our wall, just create our wall, then another wall. Good. So now we'll go back to our 3D view and check. Yeah, there's it here. The next thing to do is to adjust the height in accordance to what we want. So I'll just adjust my height, bring it down, just hold the arrow key, the arrow there, and drag down, and let's see the height equivalent 5161.3. no, let's use 5 meter height. Good. Then just, there's no need for me doing same for this because I can actually just match properties. So you go to your modify, don't worry, we'll talk about modifying tool, but right now we need to use the tool. So go to your modify and just click your modify and come to your match properties. Just click, then just click this one and click this one. Okay, they are the same now. So the next thing to do is to create another wall, and that wall will be created from your level 2. Come, you click, then go to your wall, create the wall level 2, right? Good. So go to your view and let's see. Oh, this is so awkward, so let's reduce it and make it the same as others. What do? You use another tool. Remember, we have a problem, and that problem is the height is too much and it's too awkward. So we use our align tool, AL, or you go to your modify and go to your align. Where is it? Go to your align to. So you just click this one and just actually align to it. That's it. So what did I do? Undo.
I actually click the surface. I want to align this particular surface. Look at it, this surface, so that it will be the same as the level of this surface. So I will click this surface here, telling Revit that this is my reference point. This is surface I want every other surface I will click to look like. So I'll click here and Revit will hold that intact, and you click the other one, Revit will attach it and make it align. Good. So that is that. So now we are going to be creating a roof, but the roof we are going to be creating will be done with another method. So the method name is called your roof by extrusion. Roof by extrusion. Remember, the reason we are going this far is because we want to explain what a doma is. Now, roof by extrusion, how do we do this? So we go to our roof. The first thing we are going to be doing is go to our site plan. In your site plan, you are going to be creating a reference plane. So you go to your work plane. We're not gotten here either, so we're going to be using it because of our doma. So you go to our reference plane and just draw a reference line, and click a reference line to name it. So come to the name and put your reference one, right? Reference 1. Good. So that's that. So click it and the name will appear here, reference 1. Good. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is come to your roof. You will see a drop down symbol. Click your drop down symbol and go with our roof by extrusion. So click your roof by extrusion and pick, okay, no, not yet. So you use your for creating our work plane. We're going to be using our name because we have our reference plane to go for. So click and go for your reference 1. Remember what we use there? We use a name. We not pick a plane. We're not picking the line or use the work plane as it was sketched in, but we are going to be using a name, reference 1. And okay, good. So we either go with east or west, but for this, to make it very very explicit and to see our walls that our doma is going to place upon, let's go to our west view and open view. Good. So level 2. Okay, this is our wall. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is, when creating your roof by extrusion, you don't have to mark all footprints. You just need to draw a line, an inclined line that will chamfer and join at an edge. So let's do it and let's see it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be drawing my inclined line 1. Then I'm not going to bother drawing the second one. Let's see, 600 is okay. 600 for my eve. So let's move it so that you align with this my point, this my corner point. So I'll just MV for move. So I'll just move. Good. That's that. So I don't need to be drawing this same line in this direction. All I need to do is just to click the line, go to my modify and go to my mirror 2. I will explain that for us later. Remember, I am in need of the tool, so I have to use it to explain doma for you, what a doma is. So I'll just mirror it, and that is that. Good. So the next tool we are going to be using to achieve what we want to do here is your trim tool, short form T arrow. Click, just press T arrow on your keyboard and do the same. So T arrow on your keyboard, click the first line, click the other line, and they will join. This is it. And next thing to do here is to just go and click your OK. You are there already. So we're going to be doing some adjustments. So go to your 3D view. Yeah. Oh, this is too long and awkward. What do we do? Just click the roof. We see them direction adjustment. They gave us an opportunity to adjust our roof by extrusion. So we just click, drag it forward, and let's see, and drag this one towards this point. Okay, hit the arrow, use the arrow and drag. Okay, cool. So now we are going to be going to our top view. To make this our eve here to be 600, I'm going to be using changing my graphic display to hidden line graphic display so I can see properly and clearer. Apply. Good. So now I'm going to be I'll go to my annotate and
go for my detail line. Remember, you can't use this here, our detail line here. So what do we do to get this properly? So so we have this, we shift it. Look at our dimension here. What are we going to use? Dimension from this point to this point. Let's just shift this route to this point. So we are having 600 for this extrusion, so we are good. So this is the point that we are going to get to. This is the point that this particular this is the point that this particular aspect, this particular edge we get to. So we are going to pin it at this point, but the only one that we are allowed to be moved, that will be open to movement, is this other point, this one. So this one's already at 600, so we'll leave it here and we begin to move this one. So I'm not going to stress myself moving up and down. All I need to do is go to my 3D view, just rotate. Remember, I was saying 3D view, rotate, and let's go back to our realistic view, apply. Okay, so now I'm just going to align the roof so that they will get attached to each other. So I'll go to my modify, then go to my roof, join or unjoin roof. So just click the edge of this and join it to this one. Good, that's it. So let me undo and redo. Click your roof, go to your, click the edge of this, and tell Revit that you want to move this edge. Then you click the plane that you want the edge to, the movement of the edge to stop. So you just click, that's it. So now we've already created our roof by extrusion. If you check here, you can see that the wall is not even joining the roof, it's just looking awkward here. What do you do to adjust it? This is a problem, so we have to adjust it immediately. What do we do? So the team, what we do is just click your wall, go to your wall, just touch the wall, press the tab key and just click OK, the tab key, and click. So you selected the wall. As long as the wall is connected, they will all select. So remember, escape, touch your wall, don't click it yet, press your tab key, you select everything. What you do next is you click what it has been, what you selected using your tab key. Just click, everything will select. So now we are going to be attaching the top of this roof to the top of this wall to the roof. So what do? Attach, you come to this point, attach top or base. So you just click attach top and just click your roof. The wall we attach immediately. Unjoin elements, what happened? Okay, good. So that's it. So you can see it has already been attached. Don't mind this, the roof is too thick. Let's use our 250 rule that we created. Yeah, so this one is better. The same thing with this. So the next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be hiding this our floor, so I can see the reason for the we can see the dormer from beneath the building. So to hide our floor, just click what you want to hide, this floor, and use your HH. Press your HH, click your type your HH on your keyboard, double click, yeah, type HH on your keyboard. You will hide that particular element. So now let's see, it's not what this is not what we want now. So look at it, we are going to hide our ceiling. Remember we inserted our ceiling, so we'll hide it, HH again, HH. So we'll hide it, and this is not what we want here. The dormer has not yet been created. So what we do now in this place is come to this point, and now we will go to our dormer and click our dormer. So now we will tell Revit that this is, we'll click the host of the dormer. The host of the dormer is this wall that this our extrusion, this roof that our extrusion roof is attached to. That's the bigger roof. So just click it and start to select. What you do next is you tell your Revit that you want to pick roof or wall edges. Click and start to pick your roof or your wall edges. So let me undo and come again. Click, pick your wall, pick your roof and wall edges. And what you are going to be doing, you're not going to begin here. You pick this point, this underneath it, and come like this. And now we want to select this wall, the interior part of the wall. What do? We go to our visibility and change our visibility to wireframe, apply. So now we can see the wall inside. Look at it, this is the wall inside. Click your OK, this is the wall inside. So I'm going to select in the wall, select. All right, so with our trim tool again, remember TRL, I'll explain this better to us when we get to our modifying tool. All right, so trim, for now use the tool TRL for trim. On your keyboard type TRL, you will trim this work. So now when you are done trimming, you click your OK. All right, so that is it. So now I'm going to go to my graphic display again and turn this to my realistic view, apply OK. All right, so so you can actually do same for this for our visibility and graphics. You can actually come to this direction and just click. You see it here, wireframe and all that. All this here will be explained to us soonest. Let's just take note and just keep in touch. All right, so let's go back and let's see. Now we are talking about how to create our doma, so I hope you are paying attention. So now if you check, we are going to be checking underneath because we've already created our doma, and let's see how it is under. Yeah, this is our doma. This is what they mean by doma. This is what they call doma. All right, so now we are going to be, if you can see, as you can see, this my wall ought not to be here any longer because the wall is interrupting my room space, so I will have to do something about it. So and the same for, okay, I'm going to put in a window here to make it more beautiful. All right, so now I'm just going to go to this direction and click this tool wall and go to my attached top or base. Then in this point, remember the first one we did was attached top, but this one we're attaching base because this base, we don't want the base to be at level 1, we want the base to be at level 2, we want the base to be at the level of the roof. All right, so click your base and go to your roof and select your roof. Good, it has been adjusted. So let's check. Yeah, done. This is our doma. The walls have been removed by using our attach to roof tool. All right, so now that's that for doma. So right about now we are going to be entering we're going to be talking about our datum. So pay close attention and watch. Okay, so now we are going to be talking about our datum, and in our datum we have the level and we have the grid. All right, now in some of us case, maybe we are in a different view from this, like your level 1 or your 3D view. In your 3D view, both of them are not visible. They are not visible because you cannot use it here. But in your level 1 of it is visible because you are going to use one of it here, and that is your grid. While in your elevation view, both are visible because you are using both of them here. But let me explain what the level, how to use your level tool. Let me explain for you. So to explain this, I'm going to open a new project because this one we already did some adjustment here, and of course it will be confusing deleting. No, let's just open a new project. So to open a new project, you type in your keyboard Control-N. That's it. So you browse and then you go back and go with your default metric and open. Good. So that's that. Okay, so I was working on something here some years back, so it's been a long time though, so just remove it. Okay, so let's see. First of all, the reason we are here is to explain how to use our level tool, right? So go to our east view, and here we are. This is the default level that Revit gives you. So now normally the Revit comes with a dimension height of 4 meters, and this is what we have here. So actually it depends on your country. There are countries that actually use what they call it There are countries that use your 3.6 meters, 4 meters, or either by specification or by country standard. You can make use of a height, and also from your client briefing you can also make use of a height. Let's assume a client specifies that the height of their headroom should be high and should be spacious, you understand? So that's when you use more than 3,000. So now for this particular project I'm going to be using 3 meters for my headroom. That is the common and the standard height for my headroom, so I'm just going to hit it. Good, that's that. So this is my level 1 and this is my level 2. Now your headroom is starting from your DPC level to your headroom level. That's your what do you call it, your roof, your parapet level. So I'm going to rename this as my DPC level. What is DPC? DPC means your dam proof course. All right, dam proof course. So this is my DPC level, and this level will rename this level. Double click. Okay, good. So this level is my parapet level, right? Parapet level. So you click, and yes. So now from my DPC level to my parapet level, we are having our we're having a height of 3 meters, right? Look at it, a height of 3 meters. So now it actually depends on what you are using, but in this project I'm going to be using parapet. But if you are using your normal eave extrusion, or what do you call it, your eve extrusion, if you're using your eve extrusion, then you will have to just make this level your roof level. But if you're using your parapet, then this is your parapet level, and then we're going to be creating 2 levels now additional, because they are dealing with bungalow. 2 levels additional, right? So I'll come to this point, my level, and I will create a level here. What is this level? This level is my ground floor level. This is my ground floor level. Let's indicate it and just make it very, very obvious that this is indeed my ground floor level. So just click here. Good. And just hit your align AL, hit here align. See it, right? So let's make it thicker. Click the your detail line. Click your detail line. This line was gotten from your annotate and detail line. All right, so modify. So go to your click the detail line, and let's use a wide line. So let's assume this is our ground floor level, and let's rename it as ground floor level GFL. So that's the abbreviation. Good. So now we are going to be editing. So it's too much for our ground from the distance, the height from our DPC level to our ground floor level is too much. So we are going to be that if being left like this, there will be much consumption of staircase. We're going to be using more staircase, but let's use something contemporary and nice. All right, let's use 450 or 600. Any of them will work. Good. So we are going to be realigning our AL, our GFL, right? Realigning our normal, this is our detail line for ground floor level to our ground floor level. So just click realign. All right. So that's that. So let me come again. Align to AL. So for those that don't really get it, how to do it, align to, click the tell Revit that this is the place I want to align anything I click next to. So you first of all, you click where you want to align what you want to click to. So you click this one, and this is the place. You're telling Revit that okay, this is my reference point, and anything I click after clicking the first point will be aligned to the first point. So second point aligned to the first point, and if you use your multiple, look at it here, multiple, then anything you click after the first point will be aligned to the first point. So you just click this one. Good, that's it. So now we've created our GFL, we've created our DPC level, and we've created our parapet level. What is next? We are creating our roof level. Remember, your parapet will grow from this our current level, this our parapet level upward. So now let's go to architecture and go to our level and create another level for my roof. All right, so this one now I will name it as my roof level, right? So good, roof level. So now what is the height of my parapet? Because in between my roof level and my parapet we are having my parapet. In between my roof level and my parapet level we are having my parapet. So my parapet will grow from the parapet level upward to the roof level, then my roof will grow from my roof level upward. So what do we do? Don't worry, you understand this better when we are doing our normal drawing, right? So this is it here. Now I want to adjust this to a certain height that are already prepared in my art to use. All right, so I'm going to click this place and adjust. When I click this place, this dimension will appear. Just click dimension will appear relatively to any level. So you just click and just click one of the datum level and just adjust it to this point, and then you see the actual height of your parapet. And this one is too high for a parapet for now. Let's use your 450. Let's use 450 for this particular height of parapet. So good, that's that. So this is my roof level, this is my parapet level. So basically that's how you create level in Revit. All right, that's how you create level in Revit. Let's assume that we are not dealing with bungalow. Okay, delete. Okay, let's leave this one. Let's assume that we are not dealing with bungalow. We are going to be having our GFL, we are going to be having our DPC level, and we are also going to be having our level 2. There's a reason I do this like this. All right, there's a reason. So level 2. So now my partition wall will grow from my DPC level to my level 2, then my slab will be placed on my level 2. So now in between my level 2 and my slab, let's place our slab. Yes. So now my slab is what? Adjust. My slab is what? 150. Yep, my slab is 150. So you just drag up, right? So just click and you drag up and down, pressing that point, you clicking that point. All right, so my slab is 150, right? So this is it here, slab. So for my level 2, this is where my slab will place this particular opening here, a 150 opening. That's where you place your slab. So now we are going to be, let's assume we are working with a story building. So we are going to be opening and inserting on that level, signifying that this is my level 3. Good, level 3, right? So now hold this point and drag upward and put it here. Let's see. Okay, remember we are using 3 meters, so we are going to be editing this. So 3 meters, right? So that's that for that. You get. So now we are having this particular height. This height is the height of my DPC, height of my height from my GFL, that's your ground floor level, to my DPC level. Then from DPC level to my level 2 is the height of my block work. Then from my block work, from that's the height of my block work. Then from level 2 to slab is the height of my slab, that's the depth of my slab, that's 150. Then from my slab to my level 3 is the height of the block work of the upper story. You understand? So that's that for level. So now we're going to be closing this place. Okay, closing this place. All right, so we're not going to save it. I don't want to save it. Okay, good. So now we are going to be explaining, let's go to our level 1. We're going to be explaining the next one, which is our grid. So how do you use your grid? To just come to your grid, click your grid, and now you can just draw from a point upward and your grid will appear. So you just draw from a point upward, your grid will appear. So that's your grid. That's what I mean by grid. Grid actually go through your center line of your wall. It's called center of your wall. That's where your grid go through. You get. So majorly it is used in the sites to set out the building. So this is what you call your line on site. It's just like me putting a line here now. Line is still your grid. Those lines you place while setting out on your or you place on your profile while setting out is called your grid. All right, so get it clearly. If you are not used to site, okay, how do I explain this now? If you are not used to site, sometimes you will get this better when you are used to site work, but if you're not used to site, this is our grid. As time goes on, you will understand better when you start going to site and all that. You understand better, but for now, this is our grid, and the reason it's being placed here is actually used for setting out and help you get your dimensions right. All right, so now let's open another grid. That's your level 2. So I'm only dealing on my vertical grid for now. So when we are done with this, we'll deal on our horizontal grid. So now in my vertical grid, I'm using my numerical numbering system, numerical system for numbering them. So for numbering them, we have our 1, we have our 2. So for my horizontal, I'm going to be using alphabetical order. You get? So now just come and yeah, it's still showing 3, but I'll be the one to edit it myself, so you can edit your grid. Right, so put my numerical order A. Right, so I'll just adjust it from this point and move it forward. Okay, good. So I'm going to create another one, so I don't have any stress. When I create this one, it's just show my B direct. All right, good. So put it. So now that's that for the purpose. That's that for how to use our datum 2. In our datum 2, we have our level 1, we have our level, and we have our grid. So that's that for both of them. So now we are going to be talking about our work plane. All right, right now we're going to be talking about our work plane. So in our work plane, this is the last segment for under my architecture. In our work plane, we have our sets, we have the show, we have the reference plane, and we have the viewer. All right, so I'll start with our sets. Now please understand something. Talking about the work plane is actually describing you setting a particular plane to work on. Let's assume that I have a floor. Okay, not even assume we have a floor here. All right, so these are our floor. Let's assume that I want to create something on this floor. Let's assume a test or a model test or an extrusion. You get what extrusion is very soon. All right, so an extrusion, a sweep, and all that. Let's assume I want to create any of that on this my floor surface. All right, so what I will do, if I want to create a particular element on my floor surface, I will set it as my surface. Right, so let's use our model test for instance. So I'll come to this point, type Digital Design Academy, right? Digital Design Academy. So I'm going to click OK. So for placing it, let me just set. So before let me set it before I place it. All right, so I'm going to set my work plane, pick a plane. That's for set. Now pick a plane. You can either use your name, you can either use name, sorry, you can or use your pick a plane, or use a pick a line, or use a work plane as it was selected or sketched in. So now let's pick a plane. All right, okay, so just come to this point and pick a plane. You get? So I set, pick a plane, go to the edge. If this is the one you want to use, that's this one, select it. If this one you want to use, just click it. Or if it's this one you want to use, you want to draw on this point. Okay, let's use our roof. That would be nice. So just click, select one face of the roof, click. Right, so we are working on this one that we selected. All right, this one that we selected, we are working on this. All right, so now wait, well, okay, let's use our model tiles for instance. Let's type our Digital Design Academy again. Digital Design Academy, right? So now, okay, good. So you can see it, right? It came up and it's actually following the format of the inclination of the roof. You get? So this is it, because I'm placing it on that surface. I set that surface as my working plane. You understand? I set that surface as my working plane. If I use this floor as my working plane, this test we align to the floor. It will look as if we are placing it on the floor. That's that for our set. So we are going on to our show, as I've said before. Now this our show here, when you set a plane and you are not seeing the plane that you are working on, now you can actually go to your show and just click your show. You're trying to see the plane that you're working on, just click. Remember, we worked on this plane before. If I click this one, you show, look at it, that's a plane I am working on now. So it's just to show a plane that I'm working on. So you just click show. If you don't know what you're working on, the plane that you selected before, that's the plane that you set before, then you can just go to your show and just click your show. Then the plane that you selected will appear, so you know that okay, this is where I'm working on. If it's not correct, then you have to sit on that plane. So let's do something. Let's off it back, set on that plane, and let's see the differences. Pick a plane and let's see, work on this. So click your show, you see it, right? There's the new plane we are working on. So that's that for show. All right, so off it and let's go. Now we are going to be talking about our reference plane. What is our reference plane? Majorly, me myself, I use my reference plane for creating extrusions like this. I did it in a video explaining my doma. All right, but let's go again. Let me show you what reference plane means. So go to your side view. Go to your side view. Let's delete this former one so that we can, okay, let's not delete it because it's attached to my doma. So now let's create one. So you just go, remember your reference plane will not show your 3D view. No, look at it. So you go to your 2D view. Any of the views in 2D it will show, but I'm using my site for instance. So I'll create a reference plane around. So when I create it, right, when I create my reference plane, this is my reference plane. I will have to name it because reference plane work with my names, work with naming. So reference 1, apply. Reference 2, sorry, because this one is this other one that we're using creating our doma is reference 1. So I'll just click my 2. Okay, good, apply. Right, so this is my reference 2. So let's assume that I want to work on this reference plane. The reference plane is vertical. All right, the reference plane is vertical. All right, so now this is it here. Where's your site? Okay, yeah, site. So this is my reference plane here. So anything I'm going to be drawing right now, and if I select this point, is going to be stopping at this point. Majorly your reference plane is used for your roof, a roof by extrusion. All right, so this is my doma. If when I was creating this doma, I actually make this point my reference plane, and this is where my doma length got to. You understand? So this reference plane, you just use it to actually get the length, the distance, the boundary of your roof extrusion. All right, so that's that. So when you are done renaming it, let's assume we want to draw something. Let's just make, for example, our roof by extrusion. You see that they give us options. Do you want to select plane by name, or pick a plane, or pick a line and use the work plane as use the work plane it was sketched in. All right, so but in this case we already have a reference plane, and that reference plane we created, we already name it as a reference 2, right? So go to your name, reference 2. All right, reference 2. So you already place it there because you already name it. You get, so you just click your OK. You understand? So they'll say go to either of the view. So I'll use my west view for instance. Let's just create what we created before with our doma. So open view, so level 2. Okay, so look at it here. Let's assume I just create something in this place. Let's use, for instance, let me create something. Look at it. So I'll just create something, then I'll just mirror it because I want it to be equal. So that's that. So you can see, let's open our 3D view now. You see the extent to which this roof by extrusion got to. You can see it goes to my reference plane 2. Let's go to my side view. See it, reference plane 2. Look at it. So I created a roof by extrusion, and the roof by extrusion got to my reference plane 2. That's that for that. I can actually move my reference plane to the point I want it to be. You understand? So that's that for reference plane. So let's talk about our viewer. Let's delete this. Let's delete our reference plane and we'll see that follows it. Okay, so let's discuss the next one, which is our viewer. This one majorly describes you opening another view of another view in your project. So you are working on and majorly when you open your viewer, it's always in your 2D format. So I can actually be in my 3D in this point and be working on my viewer like this, and this is my project here, and this is what I'm having in my 3D. If I make a changes here, it will appear here, and if I make a changes here, it will appear here. So that's that for that. So you want to view your plan and you want to view your 3D, you can actually use your viewer tool in your work plane to view it. All right, that's that for your architecture. Let's go on to the next, and that's what's the next. We are going to be dealing with with annotate now. With your annotate. So we're not going to be using my structures, we're going to be using steel, we're not going to be using our system, we're going to be using my insert. So I'm going to be dealing with my insert. From my insert, we're going to be using from insert, we'll go to my annotate. From annotate, we go to my masking and site. As for our analyze, it goes hand in hand with our structure, so we're not going to be using it. All right, so from my masking and site, I go to my collaborate, and from collaboration I go to my view, manage, then adding V-Ray, then modify. All right, so now we are going to our insert. All right, so
this class continues in part 2. Check the description of this video for part 2. See you there.